So in this video, I'm going to talk about a character that has two different pronunciations today in Mandarin. The first one is chang in the second tone, and the second pronunciation is zhang in the third tone. And so two pronunciations for this character in two very different semantic groups. When the character is pronounced chang in the second tone, it means long or lasting. And this is, by the way, the original meaning of this character as well. And when the character is pronounced zhang in the third tone, it has two major semantic groups in this pronunciation. The first one is to grow or to increase. To grow or to increase. For instance, in the word zhang3, which means really to increase, like to increase a value of something, or if you say chang2, it means to grow up as a person. And the second general meaning, or the semantic group, when the character is pronounced zhang in the third tone, is chief as a person. And you can find it in words like 部长, which is like the director of a department in a company or in the government or wherever. The character that you can see in the middle of your screen is the traditional version of this character, and this character over here is the simplified version of this character, and I will show you at the end of the video how to write both of them. So the original Oracle Bone script character was a picture of long hair. Let me just try to write that. That was hair that was clipped together by something, and was pointing to the general meaning long. And let me just put this into perspective, and maybe this is not the correct order of characters. Maybe this one should be the top one, so that you don't get confused. But this is roughly, let's say roughly 500 BC, and definitely earlier than that. So 500 BC and definitely earlier than that. And so at that point, the character was just a picture of hair clipped together by something. Now the next step, and it's going to be slightly messy here, but let me try to keep some structure and system here. So the next step was the seal script version of this character, and this is 200 BC, roughly. And I talk often about the seal script as a whole, because it is something that the modern characters, Traditional and Simplified, are directly based upon. It is a script that has fantastic structure, and it is definitely a script that is much more standardized and structuralized than the Oracle Bone script. And I'm going to tell you why. The original picture for chang, for long, is just a pictogram. It's not really a picture of hair, because that would need to be really a picture, like taken by a camera. It's just something that represents hair through an image, right? And the seal script version of the character, so let me just do a line over here, on the other hand, is something completely different. So let me try to explain the seal script character a little bit better. What they tried to do when they were creating the seal script was that they took the earlier characters and tried to preserve the shape of the characters, but give them much more structure, so they could be rewritten anytime, and so that they would be formed by elements that were standardized. So this character here is composed, even though maybe you can't see it right now, but it is composed of 3 elements, and still resembles the shape of the original character. So the 3 elements in this character are this top element over here, which today is a character which is written like this, and it means it is pronounced wang, and it means to die, to perish. The second element is this section of the character, which I believe should be written something like this today, and it is pronounced u, and it means to rise to a height. And the third element in this character is whatever is left, which is today written like this, and it's pronounced b, and it is a spoon or a ladle, like something that you eat your food with. And out of these three elements, at least clearly, this green element over here points to the meaning. It means to rise to a height, tall, long, lasting. By the way, the original meaning of this character is long in height, distance, and time. So when this character was in use, probably there was no distinction between the length in time, distance, and height as well. So all three these lengths, the notion of length was not limited only to distance and time, but also to height. And I'm by the way, I'm not making this up. These really are the three elements in this character. You can find them in the dictionary from 100 AD called Shuo Wen Jie Zi. And in that dictionary, it specifically says that the seal script character, or I mean the character for chang, which means long and high distance and time, consists of these three elements, all three of them pointing to the meaning. So this is very interesting, I think, because what the scribes did, or whoever was inventing these characters, was very creative, because they, while preserving the shape of the character, they gave it more structure and formed it of elements that can be extracted from that character and used as individual characters, so they can be rewritten anytime. And therefore, the script is much more reliable, right? Because in the Oracle Bone script, there are thousands of ways in which you can write this particular character, and thousands of people can write it in thousands of different ways. So there, eventually, someone is going to make a mistake, and another person reading it might not recognize that character at all. Now, the next step is basically this. Let me just do a little arrow over here. This is the next step in the evolution. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. This is the modern character. And why I'm going all the way back is to try to basically explain to you why, if you look at the traditional version of this character, not to mention the simplified version of this character, there will be absolutely nothing that will relate this character semantically to any of its meanings, basically, because what happened with the traditional version of this character is exactly what happened to the simplified version of this character. It is a simplification of the seal script. So the traditional version of the character is a simplification and formatting of the seal script, and the simplified version of the character is a simplification and formatting, or rather just a simplification of the traditional version of this character. Now, what do I mean by formatting? As you can see, these two characters, the seal script version of the character and the traditional version of the character, they not only do they differ in the number of strokes, they also differ in the type and the shape and the style of the strokes that are used in them. So when this script was created, and this the character for chang, for long, was created, they only could use the types of the stroke types available for traditional characters. And so they looked at the top of the character, and all they could, well, maybe they could have done something different as well, but what they did was they simplified it and formatted it into sort of this E at the top, and then they did the following with the bottom of the character. And then similarly, when the simplified characters were created, they looked at the traditional version of the character, and they just looked at what they could do to simplify it, further simplify it, but use the stroke types available for this type of the script. So let me show you real fast how to write this character. So you go. So you start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is one stroke. 7 and 8. That one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.